Hi guys. So, yay, welcome for those of you who found me through my Instagram and Facebook. Welcome, yay, love you. For those of you who just found me through YouTube, my name is Katie. It's nice to meet you. I normally teach in the studio setting here in San Diego, California, or often when I travel. However, the world is in a funny place right now, really kind of a wild place where things are shutting down. We have this virus that's been labeled a pandemic that is spread across the planet at this point. And so I'm thinking that many of us really may be needing these kinds of offerings still. The yoga space I have found in my own life and my own personal practice is somewhere that I feel so safe and supported and loved by the bodies around me that I'm practicing with, but also by myself. So as we come into this time where the virus spreads and fear most definitely also spreads, I think we will continue to need more of these times where people can come to themselves and come together even in like a global online practice and share with each other in that kind of way. So I'm super excited, I guess. Excited might not be the right word, but really grateful that we have this interweb where we are able to continue to connect even though we may feel a little bit alone or isolated. A lot of the practices I enjoy teaching are very gentle and very passive and very breath-based. So if you're looking for something super active, that might not be exactly what you're getting. And just for right now, these will be quick little 30-minute sessions. So I welcome you. If you haven't grabbed a mat, go grab yours. Or if you're just ready to go, have a seat and get comfortable. For those of you who scooted off to grab your mats, we'll hang out just for another moment or two. If you have props or bolsters nearby, load those up. We'll just be, for me, improvising on our mat here in my home today. Yay, welcome. It is again a joy to share yoga with you in this kind of way. It's a little different for me. I'm used to being in the classroom and walking around, so I'll do my best to just stay on my mat and model the poses for those of you who might not be familiar, or if you are familiar, again, please just tune into your own body and let me help guide you through these breaths and these moments. When I teach a yoga class, I always love to bring some kind of intention to help infuse within our bodies and our movements. And so today it seems only natural to bring this intention that we learn a lot about in yoga. It's called Ahimsa. It's the first yama of the yamas and the niyamas. And I like to say these yamas and niyamas are just ideas that the yogic texts provide us as humans to help us experience more joy and less suffering. And in this time where our planet is feeling very sick physically and maybe emotionally, there's a heaviness. I think this love, this idea of ahimsa is such a beautiful thing to come back to. And when we come to our mats and we water these seeds of love within our own bodies, we are really sending that energy out far and wide to whoever needs it. So today, when we breathe and move and stretch, if your mind is active or if it's wandering, I just really encourage you and invite you to come back to your breath and come back to this thought of ahimsa, of unity, of love and compassion for all, because clearly we are in a place as a global community right now that could really, really use some positive energy and some love. So I invite you to begin your practice just by closing down your eyes and bringing your awareness from everything that's outside, bringing it back to yourself, bringing it to your feet and your legs and your sit bones and all the parts of your body that are connected to your mat or the floor or the earth. And invite in a connectedness, a settling feeling the softness just in through these root parts of your body as you soften and let the earth support you. Let your awareness come through your abdomen, through your spine, through these structural bones and muscles that hold you up, and invite in a lightness that just runs through your chest, through your ears, and up through your face as you just expand infinitely in connection to all that is out there. And then begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness to the air that comes in through your nose. And let that same air soften and release out through your nose. Breathing in through your belly. Filling your belly, moving forward out to the sides and back. Filling your lungs in the same way, three-dimensional. Breathing moves forward to the sides and to the back. And then releasing your lungs in the same way, softening as they contract towards the midline, letting your navel reach towards your spine and just releasing any stuck air, stuck energy, stuck tension. Let it go. And then again, begin to fill your tummy. Fill your lungs. Breathe in through your chest as you reach the top of the breath. Maybe you grow tall from your crown. And as you exhale, you soften. Soften through your ears, through your shoulders. Just let a releasing of body and mind go with the breath. Just examining the sensations of how your breath feels, how your body feels when it inhales and exhales in this kind of way. Let go of the morning, of the preoccupation of what is past, and I invite you to release the worry of what is to come. And just stay in this space, this loving space of ahimsa, of breath, of body, of spirit, as we come together in this union. I invite you to lift your hands to your heart center and just gently press your fingers and palms against one another. Thumb rests on your sternum. And invite this feeling of ahimsa into your heart, into your heart space. Maybe make lotus with your hands to hold this energy. And then let this energy expand beyond you like a gentle orb, just reaching out to the bodies in your community, in your home, surrounding them with the same loving compassion that we all so dearly need. As you breathe, let this gentle orb of love and compassion, maybe it has a feeling or a color, just let it expand out to your community. Let it reach further now, out far and wide to the state or the nation. Just gently visualize this feeling of ahimsa, of love and compassion, cocooning our whole planet, far and wide. And if you'd like to join me, we will chant Om and send this intention out to the greatest and highest good for all. We'll breathe in through our nose. Taking a moment here just to bow your chin to your chest, to honor yourself for coming to your mat today, and remind yourself that this is your practice. A yoga practice is a personal journey, and everything I say today is simply a suggestion, and child's pose or any pose that you desire most is available to you at any time. Gently return the hands to your lap. If you'd like to keep your eyes closed, you can keep them closed or open them on the inhale. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And just pause here, breathing in to the side of your neck, just softening through the shoulders as you breathe into the side space. On the next exhale, let your chin fall through your chest. Inhaling now the left ear to the left shoulder. And again, pause here. And as you invite in breath, invite in an expansion and a lifting. And as you release your breath, just soften through the shoulders, through the back body. Holding here for another round of breath or two. And then to continue into your body space, link breath to movements. On the exhales, allow the head to fall through the center. Chin comes to chest and opposite ear lifts to opposite shoulder. On the inhales, you lift, and as you exhale, you just release. Moving slowly with your own body. Again, shutting down your eyes if this movement now feels familiar. And tapping into your own space of breath and body and spirit. As you continue to breathe in this way, if it feels good to lift your chin up towards the ceiling on the inhale, and then soften the chin back towards the chest on the exhales, finding complete neck circles. Invite those in your body. As the chin lifts, you can open through the front of the throat, through the collarbones. And as the head releases, soften through the shoulder blades all the way down the back. Your chin is at your chest. Pause here, letting the neck hang heavy, releasing the muscles through the neck, through the back. And then on the next inhale, begin to find complete neck circles in the opposite direction. Again, just staying with your breath. I invite you to close down those eyes and tune into the space of your own body and how you feel when you move with this intention. Letting the inhales and exhales be equal and smooth. And again, next time your chin is at your chest, pause. And now we'll invite the arms into the movement. So on the inhale, lift the chin towards the sky. Lift the arms wide and let the palms come together at the top. On the exhale, moving towards the right side. Come into a C curve in the spine. Palm on the bottom comes to the ground. Arm lifts over. Finding length on both sides from sit bones to fingertips. Maybe playing with your gaze here, looking down, looking up. Continuing to breathe. And on the next exhale, slowly swoop your hands through center. Lifting your body in the opposite direction. And again, finding length from fingertips to sit bones. Breathing in through the side bodies. Inhales, lengthen and expand, and exhales, just soften and release. One more time, linking breath to movement. Exhales, bringing through center. Inhales, lift and lengthen. Again, releasing breath, exhaling, coming through center. I invite you now just to find your own breath and your own movement. Letting your breath be the anchor. Letting your mind stay with the breath. Feeling now all the way into the back body, down into those hips. Again, if your eyes are open, close them. You don't need them here. Feel the sensations through your body as you inhale. And lengthen maybe in ways that you haven't lengthened today. And exhale and soften intentionally through body parts that maybe you haven't released. One more time, we'll move to each side together. Pausing right back where we started for just one breath. We'll engage our core and just come on up through center and pause here. Bring your hands now through the heart center. And I invite you to come into a tabletop. Probably not going to use my mat quite the same way as you, but I'll wiggle around. When you come into tabletop, let the tops of your feet rest in the ground. Let your fingers spread wide. Knees are stacked right below the hips. Elbow joints are facing forward. Elbows are above wrists. Shoulders are above elbows. Just come into a strong, stable table. And just feel the strength of your bones and muscles stacked in this way before you begin to move. And then from here, find more movement. Inhales, lift the chin, shine the heart, drop the pelvis. And on exhales, rebound away from the earth. Head hangs, pelvis tucks, heart is safe, shoulders grow wide. And again, finding your own breath and own movements. We all breathe and move differently. On the exhales, release, finding maximum extension through the spine from crown to tailbone. And on the inhales, shine that heart, scooping forward, finding flexion as you lubricate the spine. If it feels good on those exhales for you to come into an Apanasana flow, letting the elbows come to the ground, letting the hips come to the heels, and then scooping your breath forward, scooping your body forward, moving like a wave with fluid movement. Inhales, lift and lengthen and expand. And again, exhales, release and soften. If you like movements, you can always bring in hip circles. Again, the inhales bring you up and lift, and the exhales soften. Getting deep into those hip joints. Moving with your own rhythm and your own breath. Pausing at the bottom of the breath if you made circles, inhaling, coming and moving your body in the opposite direction. Again, continuing with these movements, but staying with your own breath. If the eyes, again, have opened or the mind has wandered, you can always bring it back to this idea of Ahimsa, knowing that when we plant these seeds within our bodies and begin to water them on our mats and our practice, they really begin to grow and manifest into our lives and the energies we share in really, really, really beautiful ways. Whatever movements you begin to find, gently begin to slow them down and sink your way into child's pose. Let your toes come together, knees come wide. Walk the hands, paw them towards the top of your mat, leading with your heart, and then gently soften and surrender into your mat. When you come into child's pose, you want to find length from fingertips to sit bones. Sometimes it's nice to invite the breath deep into those hips. Visualize it coming in and surrounding those hip joints, the tendons and the ligaments, and then softening around those spaces as you breathe out. Our hips being our emotional centers. And so sometimes in times like this, we cling deeply to past traumas or to the experience we're feeling right now. And so breathing into these spaces intentionally can help you calm your mind and also soothe your body. As you stay in child's pose, gently walk the hands off to the right side of your mat, letting the right elbow come to the ground, stacking the left hand, and just creating space again from fingertips to sit bones, opening your intercostal muscles, which invite you to have long, fluid breaths. Walking the hands through the center of the mat, coming off to the left side of your mat, again inviting space from fingertip to sit bone, and then softening intentionally into the tension in the body. Walking your hands back through center, walking the hands back towards the body, lifting up in again to stable table. And from here, we'll invite in a gentle sunbird flow, bringing in some balance, some strength, some movement, moving through stuck places. On the inhale, right fingers come up, right toes come up. You find length through your body, and we'll hold here. As you engage on the holds, find some softness as well. Staying with your breath, hips stay flat, long lines of energy. In yoga, we're always looking for space and expansion. Again, inhale, reach long. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Just gently round out your spine. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, moving slowly with intention, bring hand and knee back to the ground. Inhale, left side of the fingers, right side of the toes. Engage the core. Push up through the shoulder blades. If you've sunk in here, check your body. And as you body scan from head to toe, as you breathe, tap into this dynamic stillness, letting the breath bring oscillations as you hold. Exhale, elbow and knee come to find one another. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, return, hand and knee. Gently linking breath to movement, closing down those eyes again if you're now familiar. Inhales, lift. Exhales, gently contract. Inhale, you find length. Exhale, hand and knee come back to the ground. I again invite you to find your own breath here, your own flow, your own movement, reminding yourself that a yoga practice is a personal practice. All of these movements are optional, but stay with your own breath. Stay with your own flow here. Moving just for a few more breaths of length and contraction. Staying within, and if the mind has wandered, just bring it back to yourself on this mat. Maybe apply qualities to your breath. As you inhale, you bring in Ahimsa, and as you exhale, you release fear. Maybe inhales are nourishing to your body and spirit, and the exhales are cleansing. Find one more flow to each side, so finish the round that you're on. And when you finish the second round, once again, return to the stable table. We'll find our way to our feet next, so just gently tuck all those toes. Actually, let's open the bottoms of our feet first. So bring all 10 toes if you got 10. If you got 9, do 9. However many toes you have, spread them wide like this. And then slowly begin to walk your hands back to the knees. And this might be very intense for you right here. So you can pause, or if it feels good to let your weight sit back on those feet, you grow tall through the crown. Lift the hands to the heart center and just breathe into the bottoms of your feet. You can always stay right here for support if that feels more comfortable and safe in your body. And again, walking your hands back into the tabletop will lift up into a downward dog, Adho-Mukha-Svanasana. So from here, you can just walk out the feet as much as you need to. You can tilt the body side to side, bend the knees. There are so many options. We want length from crown to spine. Again, we're always working with length here. So push in through the fingertips and bend your knees as much as you need to get the face moving towards the ground and your body and your spine long. And then slowly begin to walk those feet towards your hands, lifting off those toes, really moving with intention, shifting the weight from the feet into the hands, feeling this movement in your body, and then just letting your head hang in a forward fold in Uttanasana. Again, remembering to bend your knees as much as you need to that feels safe in your body. Engaging that core, slowly begin to stack your vertebrae one at a time and lift your body up into Tadasana, mountain pose. And then begin to build this mountain pose. Just lift your toes, lift the arches of your feet. Gently engage your leg muscles. Maybe again, close down your eyes. Your pelvis is neutral. Shoulders are above the hips, ears above the shoulders. Hands gently face forward. And as your body is engaged, just soften and come back to that breath. And imagine here, the breath runs up through your feet. And as the breath comes through your feet and your calves and up through your core, feel a lightness. Just lifting you away from the earth as you inhale. And as you exhale, invite in a softness that again releases like a wave over your crown, softening through your heart space. Just breathing with intention in this way can do so much good for our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Gently open your eyes, bend the knees wide, arms lift. Fingertips come together, half sun salutations, forward fold, hinge to the ground, release your head, release your body. Inhale into a flat back, engage the backside, the hands come to the shins. exhale, soften and release towards the earth. Bend the knees, rebound, scoop up from the earth, and bring the hands back through the heart center. And find 2 more of those flows with your own breath and your own body. Letting the exhales soften, the inhales lift. And after you do 2 more of these flows, we'll all meet one another back in mountain pose on our mat. Coming back to mountain pose, we'll gently here invite a twist in our bodies. So bend the knees, just bring the arms wide, let the gaze come up, and bring the hands down through heart center. Twisting towards the right side with the thumbs at the heart center, just bring the torso towards the right. Letting the hips point forward if they've turned, bring the hips back to the front. Bring the twist from the spine. Now inhale the right arm back. Inhale the left arm open and come into a full expression of this twist. If it feels good to let the gaze move back towards the fingertips, just wringing out the body. Inhales, lift tall through the crown, and exhales, open you up. Inhale again, lift back up through center, and bring the hands through the heart. Again now, moving in the opposite direction. Hips stay forward, twist comes from the spine. Inhale again, the left arm back, the right arm open. And as we hold this twist, find space through those shoulder blades. Find length through your crown. Let your body radiate from your navel. Let your breaths stay smooth. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, forward fold again, finding our way back to the ground. Just let the hands come to the earth and wiggle your toes wide. We'll find our way back to the ground by coming into a squat. So just gently begin to have a seat. Toes are pointing wide, heels are in. Lift your heart. Pause anywhere in this squat where you feel that resistance and just gently breathe into the resistance. If it feels good to lift the hands through the heart center, open the hips through those elbows. I'll meet you here. Staying with your breath again now, return the hands to the mat and have a seat. Coming into Baddha Konasana, which is bound angle, and just gently massage the bottoms of your feet. Get in between your toes, in between the bones. Get through those ankles, through the Achilles, just rubbing out the fascia tissue, physically releasing that tissue, that thin layer that gets tense in our bodies, and also increasing blood flow. And a little bit of the self-massage feels so good too. Coming through the calves, through the knees. Just releasing again, back down through the feet. And then begin to walk your hands out in front of your feet and soften your body into a forward fold. Letting the head hang. You can use your hands to prop up your face if this is intense. Or you can hold yourself up with your arms if you find a really big resistance through your hips. But wherever you are, come back to that breath. And if you're staying in this forward fold here, just breathe in through the back side of your body. Let the breath wash up over your spine, and as it comes in through the back, let it soften all those muscles and gently lengthen over the crown. As you exhale and release, invite the breath to wash clean any tensions you're holding in the body and release into the ground below you. Engaging your core here, just lift back on up into a straight spine. Lift the knees towards one another. We'll find our way onto our backs. So And again, use the strength of your arms to protect the lower back and just come all the way down. Finding length one more time through the complete side body. Lift the fingers over your head. Point the toes towards the front of the room. Engage everything as much as you can. Staying with your breath. And then soften your body into the ground. Finding a gentle spinal twist next. Bring that right knee in towards your body and just grab a hold of that right knee and gently circle out that hip. Guiding the knee with your arm, maybe releasing the hold you have from that hip, from that leg, and letting your arm be in control. Guiding the knee across the body, stacking those hips any way you can, letting the arms come wide or into cactus arms. The left hand can come above that right shin to add weight. The gaze can move towards the opposite side of your body and soften everything here. You can do a different knee variation if that feels more safe in your body. But holding this twist for a few breaths. Again, staying with the breaths, letting the inhales nourish and letting the exhales cleanse. Softening into your own space. Keeping those eyes closed if they've opened, and just return to yourself. Letting this yoga practice be an opportunity to experience your form and your mind maybe in a way that you haven't in a while. Come out of this twist. Just gently engage your core, release any binds. Roll both pelvic sides of the pelvis back onto the mat. Readjust your spine in any way you need to. Letting the right leg now come long. Left knee gathers up into your chest, and just find some sweet little hip circles here. Using the strength of your arms, releasing that grip from your hip. Cracks and pops are good. They're just moving the synovial fluids through your joints. And when you're ready, let the left leg guide across towards the right side of your body. Open up the opposite shoulder and then soften in to your expression of a final twist. Come out of this twist, engage your core one final time. Roll the complete back side of your body onto the mat, finding a neutral spine. And begin to prepare for Shavasana. Shavasana is a pose, it is corpse pose, it is our final relaxation. So you'll let your toes come wide, the heels come in, shoulders gently tucked, palms are up. Close down those eyes and begin to invite in the space for final relaxation. As we come into this final pose, it's always nice to invite in a body scan. And in this body scan, we start with our toes. We start with the bottoms of our feet, the tops of our feet, and invite in Ahimsa, a warm, maybe green glow for the heart chakra, or maybe pink like a rose quartz, and let this energy enter through your feet and let it surround all these parts of your body as it softens into the ground below you. From here, the awareness, this Ahimsa, this warm, cocooning glow runs through your calves and your knees, up through your quads, and your glutes, and all these parts of your body soften away from you. Your awareness runs through your abdomen, through your heart space, through your spine, through your chest and your shoulder blades. And this loving, warm energy softens everything. Awareness runs down into your strong hands and your fingertips. Gently releases all these parts away from yourself. The awareness runs through your face. Your muscles all begin to soften from your bones. And as you stay here in this cocoon of love and compassion, you are safe. You have nowhere to go, and you have nothing to do. If things come, just gently invite them to leave and rest peacefully in this infinite expanse that you are. When it is time for you to return, I will come for you. begin to bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room in which you are laying. Let your mind drift back to your physical form of your flesh and your bones and your cells as they exist within your skin on your mat. Slowly begin to bring in deeper breath and movements, breathing into your belly and creating some gentle oscillations through your abdomen. Let your breath go down deep into your fingers and your toes and begin gentle wiggles to wake these parts of your body up. From here, find a bend in your knees. If you have a prop or bolster, roll it away from yourself and roll over onto the right or left side of your body, inviting in seedling pose. A pose that represents rebirth, new growth, and renewal. A pose that gives you an opportunity to remind yourself, however you choose to move forward and exist in this life is completely up to you. Keeping your eyes closed or gently open, use the strength of your arms to return to a comfortable seated position and lift your hands once again to the heart center. Coming back to our intention of Ahimsa, of love for this aching planet. Hold the space of others, neighbors, friends, near and far in your heart. And know that when we love and heal ourselves in this way, the ripples are felt far and wide. If you'd like to join me in Om and sealing our practice and sending this intention out once again to the greatest and highest good for all, we'll breathe in deep through our nose. The light in me sees, loves, and honors the light in each of you out there. I thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you all. You get to take your amazing selves back out into the wild world. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'll be back on Wednesday, post it again around 2, just so we can share some really positive intentions, some love and light as we find ourselves physically being separated from one another.